Will President Biden publicly address Laken Riley's murder, allegedly at the hands of an illegal immigrant who was released by law enforcement multiple times on Thursday night? President Biden has said a possible endorsement by Taylor Swift is classified. How disappointed is he that she is telling people to vote, but not for him?
Going to be very careful. We're talking about 2024. So I can't comment on what Taylor Swift is saying or not saying. I have no idea. I've not seen those statements. And I'll just leave it there.
Okay.
Be mindful. Different
topic. How's President Biden going to fix the border if he can go years without talking to the head of Border Patrol?
He was literally just with the chief of the Border Patrol, just this past Thursday in Brownsville, Texas. You all reported it. You all saw it. He was with the Chief Owens, I believe.
The chief, who was in charge for 2 years before that, said, "I've never had one conversation with the president or the vice president." How is that possible?
So one thing I will say about Chief, you're talking about Chief Ortiz.
This is Chief Ortiz. Yeah.
So he was invited, I believe, to participate in the president's first trip visit to El Paso, which was back in January of 2023, and he did not attend. He was invited, but he was invited. He did not attend. What I can say is that you saw the president with the present chief, which I think is important because we are dealing with challenges at the border, because the president has make that a priority, worked with the Senate in a bipartisan way to come up with a way to move forward on the border on immigration. Republicans rejected it because of what the former president, Donald Trump, told them to do. Told them to reject that proposal. So the president is going to continue to be steadfast, focus on an issue that majority of the American people care about, which is the border. Let's not forget, if that policy had went into law, it would have been the toughest and the fairest bipartisan border security agreement in decades.
And last one,
yeah.
Will President Biden publicly address Laken Riley's murder, allegedly at the hands of an illegal immigrant who was released by law enforcement multiple times on Thursday night? I know he's got a statement, but what about at the State of the Union?
Look, this is such a tragic story and obviously situation. This is someone's life that was lost, so I do want to always acknowledge and extend our deepest condolences to her family and to her friends and the people who loved her. And so want to always be sure to say that, and because it's so tragic. Look, I don't have anything to share about the president's speech as it relates to that particular question that you have. But we want to always be sure that we lift up the families who have lost their loved ones in that way. And I would reiterate, you just asked me about the Border Patrol chief. The president was just there with the current chief, Owens. The president went to the border, obviously Brownsville, Texas, to lift up the importance of doing something at the border. And I would be remiss if I did not continue to say that Republicans rejected a bipartisan proposal that came out of the Senate. And so if they truly, truly cared about what was going on at the border, if they truly cared about this immigration policies and trying to fix that, trying to move forward in a way where we have a tough and fair law, they would work with us on it. They wouldn't listen to the former president, who is clearly telling Republicans to reject it for his own political gain, and that's shameful.